So Brandon, what we gonna do here today?
All right, what I'm thinking is I like how his hair's long and combed over to the side, so I kind of
Okay.
want to do the same,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to get a skin fade on the sides instead of that length. A little skin
Okay.
fade, that way it blends into the beard, and fades into the beard,
Okay,
and that's what I'm thinking.
nice. So you want to trim almost that length, right?
Yeah, on top that length for sure, yeah. Just a little bit off maybe.
Okay, let's do that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Invictus Academy. We have here Brandon Sanford, the author, the man, the only, the one and only that gave us the name of the Black Belt Barbers. He's the one that gave us the idea of our career plan, the belts, and he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a fighter. He trains people. Very good physique. But today, all we're gonna do here, he showed me a picture. I'm gonna put the pictures here on the screen so you guys can see it. He wants a fade on the side. For sure, what I'm gonna do a mid fade, and I'm gonna add some texture, remove some hair. I felt his hair has lots of density, and I'm gonna add some texture so the hair is gonna flow more, the hair is going to be more natural, it's gonna be easy for him to do at home. Actually, he showed me the picture, the guy got some gray hair, which is gonna kind of match what he's got right now. And his crown is very, my barber was the one that cut last time. His crown is very full, nice, and we're going to maintain to the square shape here. So when I look at first to apply in his hair, I look the shape I want to create for him. This is the perfect shape. It's going to look very natural and square for him. But in his beard here, what I have to look at is three sections. One, from the chin to the nose, first section, nose to eyebrows, second section, eyebrows to the top of the head, third section. In this case, I'm not doing the beard, but I'm going to explain what I should look for, what I have to identify first before I do his beard, right? So I'm not doing his beard, just a haircut, but just showing you guys how we do it. So his chin, he has a narrow chin, and now what he's doing is using the hair, facial hair, to compensate this area, first section, to compensate this area so his jaw looks more square and structured, have more square lines and be more structured. It looks more masculine for him, but that's what I look for. But we're gonna focus on a third section, which is going to be eyebrows and above the hairline here, the hair. So we're gonna focus and make something perfect for him, and just follow the step, follow me, and you're gonna get it right. I'm going to make his hair very wet. I'm sectioning out the top first, separating the top from the side so I can start working, making sure the hair is 100% wet. It doesn't have to be dripping. This will come out beautiful. So he did highlights, and the tip of his hair is a little bit dry. What I'm gonna do, I'm applying a little bit of leave-in condition. It's gonna make more moist, more treated, more smooth, and protect. So guys, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the hair from the top from the sides. You see his cowlick grows in a clockwise direction, so I can't separate this section because this hair wants to grow this way, and this hair wants to grow downwards, and this hair wants to go to the right side. You see, I'm just gonna follow its natural direction first, and I'm going to sweep the comb in his high recession, and now whatever is left is going to be my base. See, all the way to my high recession. And what I'm gonna do, the first thing I do is clip, so this hair won't bother me while I'm cutting on the sides. So from this cowlick right here, I'm also going to sweep my comb all the way to the high recession. Everything now will fall natural when I finish his haircut. So when I finish his haircut, everything will fall natural because I just separated the hair on its natural growth pattern. Now, sweeping my comb all the way to the high of the section, separating from the side, clipping. So here's my base. I'm going to create this very strong foundation here now. Maintaining the weight. We have enough length here so the hair can just fall in its natural fall, in its natural growth. And then we're not gonna have any spiky hair or hair wants to pull in a different direction because it's too short. So now I'm going to create the base on the other. Then I come around. That's my base. So everything now from behind the ears, from the ears back all the way to here is going to be connected, but the fringe where is the frontal bone is going to be disconnected. So since I finished my base, what I'm going to do, very easy, just groom everything backwards. I'm going to sweep my comb from the high recession before the apex is starting here. And now what I'm going to do, I will connect everything in horizontal, because now I want the hair here around the parietal ridge and base a little heavier, bringing everything down. So now here it is connected all the way. Let me clean a little bit more here from here. So Tico, how do I find out just my fringe will be disconnected? Let me explain to you. So how do I find out only my fringe will be disconnected? We have multiple bones that create our whole skull. And what I'm going to do here, the frontal bone, apex, and crown. So before the frontal bone turns into an apex, what I do, how do I find this? I put my comb flat in the apex and I kind of press it down, and once the bottom of the comb here start touching the line where the section will section out from the apex and frontal bone, it starts, I know where to start sectioning my hair. Now my fringe will be disconnected. But since from behind the ears back will be all connected, and from behind the ears forward will be all disconnected. So all this will be disconnected. So I'm gonna put it all together. This side was more connected than this side, okay? So now I'm taking horizontal sections, pulling the hair here, over directing the hair so my way towards me, and I'm connecting this area only. And now I'm going to take vertical sections here, and I'm going to connect with this, but open up towards the fringe a little bit because I want this disconnected. One. I'm taking horizontal sections. I'm bringing all the hair from the top to my line. And then now you can see nothing is spiking because I just follow its natural growth pattern. The hair is going to be styled backwards, a little bit towards the right hand side. Guys, I'm going to show you very simple and easy step in how to trim the top only. Since this side is disconnected, okay, what I'm going to start to do, I'm going to take a section on this side and I'm going to cut everything straight to the other side in parallel with the head, my finger square, which is going to give me a square shape. So the corner, I'm lifting the hair straight up, I'm trimming, and I'm pulling, picking up some more section, I'm pulling back towards me, just trim the hair. Now all the hair from here is going to be disconnected, and I'm gonna cut the whole head, the whole top following this section. So now I'm cutting all the way back to the crown, lifting the hair straight up. Now here's my first section. It's kind of my profile guide. Now I have my profile guide here, and I cut straight. Picking the hair, pulling, following my profile guide. Finger still straight. Remember, I already connect what needs to be connected on both sides and back. Just the fringe are disconnected. So now I'm going to slice his hair a little bit, so the hair is going to be more light, so he can play with the hair at home. It's going to be very light for him to style by himself. Guys, when I'm doing this, I'm only closing my shear just like a 1/4 inch. So if I close all the way, I'm gonna make some holes in here, but I don't want to do that. So when I was slicing his hair, I was just like closing a 1/4 inch, kind of moving. So now I'm going to remove some weight. So I'm going to start removing some weight. By lifting the center and cut right on the root, groom back, lifting with the comb, groom back, lifting with the comb, groom back. So now I did the center. I don't want to do it here now too close to the towards the hairline. I'm going to do both sides. Don't do this on the same spot. So I did the whole head up to the frontal bone, but I didn't do the frontal bone here, which is the fringe. So here I'm gonna add some more texture with the point cutting, because I don't want to cut with these shears further here, because I don't want to have some baby hair all over. So now I'm going to make his fringe more even. I'll take one horizontal section. The first section I pull down, straight down, cut. Second, kind of elevate it a little bit, but still following my first section, which is going to be my guide. Elevate it. The third one, you're gonna continue to do this until there's no hair coming from the top. See, there's nothing here coming from the top. So now I made the fringe very even. So I cut the length, I connect from behind the ears, everything, left the fringe disconnected. Now I'm applying a product that has more shine, more gloss. It's gonna give more a glossy look because he used some chemical like highlights, and the highlights dry out the hair a little bit. So I'm going to use something that is gonna give life to his hair. It's gonna shine a little bit, just a little. It's gonna give more like a silk, shiny look. Just applying just a little bit. This side is going to be groomed this way, and he is going to be groomed backwards. I'm just applying all over. So you guys notice I applied the product while the hair was damp. What I'm going to do now, blow dry with medium pressure and medium heat. So I don't dry, I will dry this hair very slow, and I will dry the product into the hair. So I'm gonna create my shape, my style, and more structure. Guys, let me show you guys what's happening here in the crown area. I'm removing the diffuser, and I'm going to place my finger on the crown, on the cowlick, and I'm going to blow around my finger, and the hair will sit natural on his bone structure. Look at now how it sits natural. Now I just follow where the hair wants to go. Now clockwise direction. See, the hair goes like this and that. So as always, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start debulking the sides. I have my base right here. My number 2 is going to go up all the way up to my base and stop. Number 2 close. As you can see, the fringe are disconnected. Now I have a reference where I stop with my guard. The idea is to maintain my square shape. You see, there's no gap in here because I have strength and length here, and around the head it's going to be the same. So one close now, guys. One finger width below my number 2. And back here I'm gonna do 3 finger width below my number 2. So my first graduation line was with the 1, now 0 close, right below. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to blend this, the first line here with a half open, halfway closed and half closed. That's how I start blending this line. Closing my lever little by little. Half almost closed. I'm stretching the fade as much as I can. Half all the way closed. Taking off my guard, 0 open. And slowly closing down my lever. Closed all the way, just to remove the remaining line, just open a little bit so you don't create another line. So the first phase are done. Now I'm going to blend this line, which was made with number 1. So now how do I blend this line? I start with my 1.5 open, closing down. Then I'm going to exchange guard to 1 and maybe half, so the blend will be complete. Halfway closed. Now I am using 1.5 halfway closed, rubbing and scooping at the same time. One and a half closed. I put it back my number 1 and I'm going to start open. His fade will come out very clean and nice because of the contrast of white skin and dark hair will look beautiful. One halfway closed. One closed. So I put it back half because now I want to clean whatever is left from here and then always start open. And I start from the line and kissing my previous guard, which was number 1 closed. Halfway closed. half almost closed. See, the line is not there anymore, like almost done, almost gone, and half closed. Since I have half closed, I'm gonna keep blending low on the line. Removing my guard, I'm putting back, actually I'm using zero open now just to define some details here. So remember, I used zero close here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place my trimmer, not upside down this time. I'm just gonna mark another line. You're gonna see this line here above. Just pay attention what's gonna happen. Now, keeping my trimmer on the same position, and now I'm gonna push this line higher to see motion, but my trimmer's upside down. See this line? Check it out. Now I flip it, come with the corners, and finish. Now using my straight razor, I'm not shaving this because the hair is dry. To be able to shave this, I have to use something to get moisture, like a shaving cream, shaving gel, something. But now I'm just tapping the line. Now I'm marking where my shaver will stop. So now I know my shaver needs to stop around here, because if I go over, it's gonna mark another line, and it's gonna be very hard for me to blend that line. So trimmers to remove the remaining hair. So what I'm doing here today, I'm working half of the head, and then I'm going to work on the other half after. Shaver. One. Zero. So half open, all the way to close. So now I'm working on the other side already. And I'm going to connect here. So now zero closed. Zero open all the way to closed. See, the line now is gone. So 1.5 open. I'm just repeating the same steps that I did on the other side. 1.5 open, touching and kissing my number 2. 1 open. One closed. Half open. Same exactly thing I did here on the right hand side. Guys, when you're fading, just put your focus in one guideline at a time, and you faded that line, and then you move to the next. That way you don't get lost, and you're gonna give all your 100% on that guideline first. Make sure that guideline is 100% done, and then you move to the next. So 0 open now, just to do some details around the hairline here. Slightly using my lever, touching my lever, closing down. %, close, work here low on the line. Same thing I did on the other side. I'm just marking, just kind of cutting the hair, putting my trimmers and push it down. It's kind of, I'm creating another line, but now whatever that remaining hair is, what I do, I push it up in a C motion like this. Because if I put it flat, and if I push the line higher, I'm going to have a line a little bit above this one. But since I'm using a C motion, I'm not creating another line. Just tapping with my straight razor. Very smooth. You don't have to shave the whole hair that is being left behind here. My shaver, what I do, put my shaver on the hair and rub smooth. So now I'm going to work in my transition area here, just kind of removing whatever is overlapping from the top, using my shears just to dust off the hair a little bit. Now my blending shears. So now I'm going to dry the hair. I'm going to dry the hair a little bit more. I'm going to add some point cutting techniques so I can add some texture, make the hair lighter. So now I'm going to take small sections and I'm adding some texture. I'm working on each section individually. I'm not cutting the same section again. So guys, don't ever let your clients walk away with a beard disconnect. Since I use 0-inch trimmer here, I have a line, so if he's not going to do his beard with you, but always give him a little fade in the beard so he can leave your shop at least clean. Never ever. So I'm gonna fade it out the beard. What I did, I just use following the hair natural direction that the hair goes down. I just follow the grain with the 1.5, because the length that he has, I use 1.5. Then what I'm doing now, I used one open, intermediate and closed, now half, intermediate and closed, so I can give him a nice fade in his beard. Half closed, 0 open, 0 closed. So now I have his beard faded. Just gonna give some details here and that's it. So guys, I added a texture. I faded his beard, as you can see, nice and faded. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to apply a tiny bit more of the same product in his hair, just to mold, creating my shape, my style. And same product, rubbing my hands, use the tip of my finger like this. Don't use the palm of your hand at first, just spread well first, and then use the palm of your hands on the corners here, on the sides. As you can see now, this is the finished work. Final result, as you can see, high fringe, disconnected fringe, mid fade. Just follow, get a model, apply the same technique, the step-by-step, follow, and you're gonna hit the same result or even better. Hope you guys like. Let me break it down for you guys real quick. What I did, I separate the top, okay, and separate the top from the sides, create my base, very strong base, like very heavy base, and cut all the way around the head. And then what I did, I just connect from behind the ears first, and then I cut the top. But when I cut the top, I had my guide coming from this corner, because this corner is disconnected, okay. I just connect behind the ears, but here this corner is disconnected. I lift the hair up flat and cut the whole top following that profile guide, and then I separate the fringe, okay, connect the whole rest, cut everything, make even, and then I start fading the hair, blow dry the hair, blow dry everything down, make sure the hair is nice and dry so I can start fading. So I make sure the hair was dry on the sides, because I like to fade when the hair is dry, and then I start fading. I debulk with number 2, mark my first graduation line, a finger width below number 2, all the way around the head, and 2 fingers, 3 fingers below here on the number 2 on the nape, and mark with my 0, okay, like a finger width below my number one, and then I faded that with half. Then I faded the higher line with the 1.5 and all the numbers down to 0. And then I remove the hairline that was left behind here, the remaining line, trimmer and half and shaver. Then make sure everything is nice, add some texture at the end, then faded his beard. That's the final result, as you can see. Guys, this is it. Here it is. He showed me a picture. You guys gonna see here on the screen. That's how I fade. That's how I cut hair. Guys, just follow the steps now. I make sure his head kept like nice and square on the sides. If you look at here, nice and square. And I remove lots of weight so the hair will flow better, more natural. We have more movement into the head. Hope you guys like, and I'll see you in the next class here at Invictus Barber Academy, Invictus course.